So the first muscle group we're going to look at are the common wrist extensors. Now, this is a group of muscles that includes the extensor digitorum, extensor carpi radialis, brevis and longus, as well as a group of others, but all you need to know it as for your level 3 is the common wrist extensors. Now you can see we've marked on through the origin, which is the medial epicondyle of the humerus, and that's its main origin point, as well as some additional attachment points further down into the forearm. Now this muscle then inserts through long tendons onto the metacarpals. Its function, as it says on the tin, is wrist extension. So you can see here resisted, the muscle standing out nicely with origin insertion clearly marked.
So next up we have common wrist flexors. So this is a group of muscles and includes things like flexor digitorum superficialis and profundus. So its origin is the lateral epicondyle of the humerus and the proximal ulna, and it comes down and into the carpals, the metacarpals and the phalanges, again with those really long tendons. You can see me just drawing them on there. So all the muscle fibres go from the epicondyle down towards the hand is the direction of the muscle fibres there. So its main function obviously is, as you can see here, wrist flexion. You can quite often get people's muscles to pop up if you give them a little bit of resistance to be able to see them.
So the last muscle we're going to look at within this forearm group is a really superficial muscle called the brachioradialis. Now, its origin point sits a little bit higher up than those of the extensor group. So if we mark on the origin of the extensors here in pink, what you can then see above is Tamsin's going to draw on the origin of these brachioradialis. Now, we call this point the lateral supracondylar ridge of the distal humerus. And this muscle then wraps round all the way onto the styloid process of the radius. So the radius is the insertion point for this muscle. So you can see there how it sort of twists around the top from the elbow round towards the base of the thumb. Now, as a result of that, it's able to be involved in quite a few different movements. The first is flexion of the elbow. So that's important to remember because it crosses the elbow joint. Second two movements, it is a synergist of pronation as well as a synergist of supination.
So here we've just got the two muscles drawn on together. So you've got brachioradialis, which is the pink one, over the top of the extensor group, just to give you a clue how they run together.